Ladies and gentlemen, warmly welcome to all of you on your own show, The Happy Place. हम अपनी गेस्ट की जो है वो एकेडमिक प्रोफाइल की बात करें, सो उन्होंने जो है वो इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन में मास्टर किया फ्रॉम हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी इन द यूएसए, जो कि टॉप यूनिवर्सिटी है इन द वर्ल्ड। और अगर हम बात करें उनकी जो है वो इंटर्नशिप की, तो उन्होंने जो है वो नेवल वॉर कॉलेज यूएसए में जो है अपनी इंटर्नशिप डन की है, और उसके बाद जो है वो नेशनल स्पेस कंसल्टेंट के तौर पे भी काम कर रहे हैं, एंड शी ऑलरेडी डन इन द नासा एज वेल वर्क। और अगर हम बात करें उनकी जो है वो शी इज ऑल्सो एन ऑथर एज वेल। उनकी जो बुक है मून फर्स्ट एंड मार्स सेकंड। सो आज हम उनसे बात करेंगे उनकी जो है वो ग्लोबल एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में, रेलेवेंट बिकॉज शी केम टू पाकिस्तान। तो बहुत सारी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में वो अपनी जो है वो एज एन स्पीकर भी यहाँ पे अपनी एक्सपीरियंस, अपनी वर्थ लर्निंग जो है वो शेयर कर रहे हैं। सो विदाउट वेटिंग टू मच टाइम, प्लीज स्टे ट्यून्ड विद मी एंड वार्मली वेलकम आवर ऑनरेबल गेस्ट and international speaker, international consultant, Miss Allyson Reneau. Warmly welcome to you on our show.
It's an honor to be here.
Oh,
and I love Pakistan.
Oh, that's really, thank you so much for such a positive work and the warm welcome over here in our country. So please tell us how your experience is going on here in Pakistan.
Every time I come to Pakistan,
right.
I don't buy a return ticket.
Okay.
I only buy my flight here because I know I'm going to have so much fun that it's going to go longer than I expected.
Right.
I meet new people, have so many amazing experiences. Then I wait until it's finished and then I buy the ticket home because I love it. I've been here 9 times.
Oh, that's
in the
really
last
great.
12 months.
Wow.
And in addition to traveling the rest of the world, this is where I love to come back to. It's for me become my second home.
Oh, that's really great, and it's really honor and pleasure for us that you called the second home to our country. So I hope we will make sure our effort to ensure your second home would be safe and secure for you.
Thank you.
As if we talk about your academic profile and the rest of the thing, it's a very long list over here, by the way. We really wanted that you just share your experience, your inspiration with all of us and the user who are just watching here about the Harvard, about the work with the NASA, and right now working as an international consultant in the space as well, and your experience to train Olympian as well. And on the other hand, you have the license, the private jet license since last 35 years. So a lot of things. So please just share your inspiration and your the rest of the thing with all of us, please.
I do a variety of things, but the most important job that I have is my job as a mother.
Oh, that's great.
This will always be my greatest love and my greatest job and my number one priority. And I'm the mother of 11 children.
Oh,
I have 9 daughters and 2 sons. And for me, this is my most important job.
Right.
And after I stayed home with my children for 20 years, and then is when I began to branch out and do more things with my life. But for me, the most important was to invest in them first.
Yeah, that's great. That's
women can have a lot of things in their life. We just can't have it all at the same time. So for me, my life has been in chapters.
Right.
First being a mother, and then starting the gymnastics business, and then finally at 50,
Got it.
starting my education.
Right.
I was an uneducated, basically housewife until I was 50, and I had to get my bachelor's degree and then my master's degree, and then my professional life changed quite a bit after that.
Oh, that's
so
great.
that's just a little history of priorities in my life. And the reason I love Pakistan is because your priorities in this country are exactly aligned with mine.
Oh, that's
the most
really
important
nice.
thing in this country is faith. Second, I would say family.
Got it.
And third is friendships. I mean, you don't just say it, you do it. Those 3 things. And I sometimes feel more at home
Got it.
in Pakistan because of the alignment of our priorities than I even do in America or the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's really good to hear, and it's really honor for all of us as being a Pakistani that you align your the vision and all that with our country. So it's really good. And the other thing I really wanted to ask about that you were nominated back in 2019 by the Harvard University as an emerging leader of the year. So how was the experience, and what sort of thing that you really wanted to do at that time?
Well, I didn't know that I would be nominated by my professors, and I never do anything in life to try to get an award. I work a lot in silence and in private, and do quite a bit of things around the world. And I guess sometimes, people get a wind of it and things like that. But for me, it's just like fulfilling God's plan for my life. And I don't believe it's just important that I achieve things, but then I begin to share and begin to remember that were people that picked me up, because I come from a very difficult background. I come from a lot of poverty. I come from a lot of struggle. I had a hard time feeding my children. things weren't easy for me.
Right.
And I always promised, myself, if I ever make it one day, I'm going to give back. And so I spend a lot of my time giving back.
Oh, that's
and
really
I don't
good.
really think about the awards or the accolades or the applause of people, because for me, it's about an obligation for me, for myself and for God, to be sure and, give back to those that help me.
It's really good. Even we talk about the religious perspective here in our country. So we believe on that. We have to give back. In term of the charity and all that, to serve those people who are unable to manage their basic needs. The one other thing that we have seen, you are working as a social entrepreneur as well. You are teaching in that studies as well. So what sort of the opportunities you look overall in the global and here in Pakistan as well? So please, what's your...
So first of all, when I come to Pakistan, I see more charitable work and more people giving. I see people on all levels, people that have very little still sharing everything they have with an orphan, or going to an orphanage, or it's actually, this country is more generous than any country I've visited, and I've been on every continent.
Got it.
And I've seen it. Except Antarctica. And the Pakistanis are so impressive with their generosity and their care for one another. The rest of the world can learn a lot.
Right.
But when I started my Victory, the first business I had was Victory Gymnastics.
Okay, that's nice.
And I never knew, I dedicated the profits to this business to do humanitarian work all over the world. And I had no idea that it would be so successful. And I think God was in it with me, because I promised him I would use this money to help lift up other people. And this is the business, who would think a gymnastics business would help change nations and help rescue people from Afghanistan, and start a school in Afghanistan, and feed people in Pakistan, or I do work in Africa. It funds my trips to come here to Pakistan as well.
Wow.
So for me, it's been a social entrepreneur business.
Got it.
Because the original business I had, dedicated the profits to help other people, and those profits now have helped me do other things. Go back to school and start other businesses, things like that.
Right.
So I'm a firm believer. And then a lot of my other businesses that I have was real estate, oil and gas.
Got it.
I always 10% goes in a separate bank account of the profit.
Right.
Every time, the minute that profit comes in, 10% goes in this account, and this account is used solely to help people that are suffering, struggling. I don't care about where they live, what their ethnicity, their religion. They're human beings.
Right.
And people need to be lifted up, just like I did. I remember sometimes, not having milk, or not having bread, or not knowing how to fill up fuel in my car, and somebody would come along and help, right? And to them, it might have been this much money, but to me, it was the whole world.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Right.
And so it doesn't matter how much we give, we just need to do something.
Exactly.
Right?
I just wanted to know about that. I know most of the people do the charity. We talk about them back in the US. So like if we talk about the Gates Foundation, they are putting the billions of the dollars just for the the social well-being all around the world. So which sort of thing inspire you to and also drive you to be into the social worker and the social leader? So how you come into that?
Well, I can't do it quite on their scale, as the billionaires and things like that. But I enjoy, just that one-on-one connection with a lot of different people, serving, saving, rescuing. And you think that you're going to change their life, but what happens is it changes my life.
Yeah, that's really
because
good.
Not only do you have this warm, happy feeling when you do it, but you can. I always learn something from the people that I'm helping, because God sees everyone the same. We as human beings see these levels, like rich persons here, celebrities here, orphans here. We have these, and when God looks down on the earth, he doesn't see it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And so it's really important, I think, to be kind to everyone. And in your mind, everybody's on the same level.
Wow. It's really good to hear from your side that, irrespective of any religion, any caste, creed, any, the boundaries of the countries and all that, so we are on the same page to work and to serve for those people who are really, looking for such a thing. One more thing I really wanted to know about, because you have the global exposure about the things, you have a worth learning. So for especially for those people who belong to the upcoming generation, or might be the youth, they are facing a lot of challenges, irrespective of their skills, their academic education, or might be their the political or economic turmoil. So what sort of thing you really want to suggest to those people to bring prosperity in their life?
I'll talk to you about Pakistan. in particular.
Yeah, sure.
I work with youth. First of all, I have 11 children, right? 11 grandchildren. Plus the Victory Gymnastics has over 500,
Right.
female gymnasts. So I'm constantly mixing among the youth, and the youth are of this world are smarter, faster, sharper in every country.
Oh, that's great.
Because of the internet than I ever was when I was a kid. But in particular, Pakistan. The reason I keep coming back to youth conferences in Pakistan
Right.
is because Pakistan youth and people in general do not know how amazing they are.
Oh, wow.
They really don't. And I keep coming back with the same message
That's
because I think sometimes I believe in the Pakistanis more than they believe in themselves.
Got
It's
it.
like this movie, The Lion King.
Hmm.
Remember when Simba, he forgot who he was, and he has this like vision of his dead father lion in heaven,
Exactly.
and he says, "Remember who you are." And I feel like that's the message I like to keep bringing back to Pakistan is remember who you are. You guys really don't know.
Oh,
You don't know how intelligent you are, ambitious you are,
got it.
educated you are. You're high IQ. You have the best hospitality, customer relations. When I look for real estate here, I work in the real estate business. The
Got it.
construction, the quality of craftsmanship is superior than
Got
U.S. I'm just kind of blown away by a lot of things here, the quality, and
Right.
sometimes I think you guys don't know.
Oh my God. Right. Yeah, I think
You don't know how excellent you are.
Hmm.
And so you imagine yourself like here, but you're really able to completely succeed in a global market. You apologize about your English. Everyone's English is fantastic. Their interpersonal skills are fantastic. Like I said, IQ, education, ambition.
Yeah, already.
It's very impressive. And so it's like I need to instill in you guys to believe in who you are.
Oh, thank you so much for recalling such a thing in our country, and especially in our youth. By the way, it's really honor and pleasure for me as well, and being a Pakistani as well, that you have such a positive, the image and positive thing for us. Here we are, the one last thing that I really wanted to ask from your side. You are a mother of 11 children,
Yes.
okay, and you are author of one book as well. You are teaching, and you are working as a consultant as well. You are, putting your effort for the social work as well. You are a wife as well. So how you are going to manage all such a thing?
Well, it didn't.
Tell us what is the
it's
secret
like
that
like
you
11
have?
children. It didn't happen all. They weren't born all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
They were born, in stages. And this
Stages.
is what happened: is I was a mother first, and then opened a gymnastics business second. And it operates for 10 years, and then I decided I'm going to go back to school at 50, and then that takes about 7 years to do bachelor's and master's, and then then the next thing happens, which I'm working at NASA headquarters in Washington D.C. Then suddenly I'm invited by the president of a country, president of Croatia, can you come help us with the space program? And if you're working for NASA, you have to do what they say when they say, right? You're working for someone. So for me, at that point, I spun off into my own business.
Got it.
And met with the president, and then just began to kind of snowball from there. And I just kind of said yes to everything, most every invitation around the world. I don't have a PR company or marketing company, but it seems like the doors just keep opening, and I just keep going.
Oh, that's really nice, and this best wishes for you to put all such a thing on a way that it's going on. One last thing. Because this platform is specifically for the youth, majority of our viewers are youth. So I really wanted to give any message that you really wanted to give all of them. Everybody is watching, so please just throw over to me.
Yeah. Well, I keep coming back to Pakistan because, and I'm specifically speaking at a lot of youth conferences because I absolutely believe in you. I believe in you're so brilliant upstairs. You guys are hardworking, non-complaining. The most non-complaining people I've ever seen in my life that work so hard. And I just believe in your future. I believe that you're going to make the changes in Pakistan. God has a great plan for this country, and he's not finished with it yet. And I know there's a lot of political turmoil and some economic instability, but through your efforts and through your, working together as a team and not against each other, this country can become absolutely amazing. It was a superpower along with the USA in the 1960s. US started their space program. Pakistan started their space program at the same time, and they were just like side by side, neck and neck, working together. And Pakistan recently has had such success in space as well. So don't doubt yourself. believe in yourself, don't see yourself in any way second class, I'm sure that you can compete and succeed on a global scale.
Such a wonderful insight that you shared with us. So we always welcome to you on this country. It's your home. It's not your second home. You just consider it's your home. So we were really happy to always welcome to you on this platform in our country, and we are more than happy to work anywhere that you wanted. And thank you so much. सो ये हैं आज के हमारे गेस्ट, एंड आपको रियलाइज़ हो जाना चाहिए कि ऐसी ऐसी जो करेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं आप में, और हमें उसको रियलाइज़ करना चाहिए और उन चीज़ों को यूटिलाइज़ करके हमें ग्लोबल लेवल पे जो अपना इमेज है उसको फर्दर बेहतर करना चाहिए. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर वॉचिंग. आपके कमेंट्स, आपका फीडबैक हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. हम कोशिश करेंगे कि इसी तरह के जो गेस्ट हैं जिनका ग्लोबल एक्सपीरियंस है, ग्लोबल विजन है, उसको आपके सामने लाते रहें और आपके सामने नए नए जो कामयाबी के रास्ते हैं वो खुलते जाएं. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. It's a privilege.
It's really honor for me as well.
Thank you.